Hi, I'm Emily, the Creative Director for Heartfelt Creations. Today I'm here to share some great techniques with our new Majestic Morning Collection. This collection is geared around some great florals, and with these florals you can shape them many different ways. We've shaped them 15 different ways. You can do anything from roses to carnations to gladiolus. I can't even think of all the flowers, but we have some great ones that we're going to share with you today. I'm going to share 3 different shaping techniques. This is video part 1, and then I'm also going to release a video later in January that has part 2 of the flower shaping. To start creating these florals, you'll want to stamp this image to the background. This is an image that stamps like a background stamp, and then you'll want to make your template. The die is all connected so you can cut out 12 flowers with one lineup and pass through the machine. If you're not familiar with how to line up your stamp and die, refer to our floral key video and that will show you all the tips and tricks with that. To start shaping the flowers, we're going to do a basic shaping at first. So you'll see these flowers are absolutely beautiful. When you stamp this flower, I did this in green with some green ink, added some stamp paint to it, and you'll see that there's some cuts through here. Now those do not cut all the way through. That gives you more flower shaping options. But what you'll want to do is if you just have one flower, you can go and just tear those petals apart if you want. Or if you have a lot of the same size flower that you're doing, you can take your scissors and stack them on top of each other like I did here, and just clip through all of those. That way you're doing double duty with these. So you could snip all of those. Now with this green flower, I'll put these aside. I didn't snip all the petals. I only pulled apart 2 to 3 petals on this one. That's because of the way I wanted to shape it. So we'll flip this stamp side down, and then I'll go on the back side and I'll take my stylus, and on the tip of each petal, just press down in a circular motion just a little bit. That adds a little bit of a curve. And once you've done that on that side, you flip it right side up. And then I'll take the flowers that are still kind of stuck together and just kind of push them together like this. And then for this one, we'll kind of push it up. And that kind of starts to shape that flower. To give it more dimension, just go in a circular motion at the base of the petal. And that creates that first flower. That's how we did the center and these surrounding flowers. So that's a great basic technique for flower shaping with the Majestic florals. For the second floral, we're shaping this one. To start out, I stamped it with a velvet ink and embossed it in bridal embossing powder. I sponged right around the edges with a maroon chalk ink and sprayed it with some Tattered Angel spray to just add a little extra color. This was just on a basic cream cardstock. And then I went ahead and I snipped each of those petals open so it shapes very nicely. So this is the flower we're going to work with. I did part of these petals already. To start out with, I like to make sure that I spray some water on this floral. I'll do it on the front, do it on the back. With this, it makes that it's really nice and pliable. So to start out, we are going to use our stylus, and I'm using the 5mm tip. To make that this curls up in these edges very well, you will have to make sure that you are spending the most time in the tips of each of these petals. So do that curve and then pull a little bit towards the middle. So you'll do that on each of those petals, pull towards the middle, the center. The more time you spend on those tips, the better the flower will look. So we'll do that on this last petal. And you can kind of see how that curves up. If it's not giving you the dimension that you like, just give it some more pressure and that will pull right up. I'm going to add a little bit more water on the rest of the flower so we can curl this from the front and show you how this shapes very well. So what we're doing in the front now is we're going to go kind of in a circular motion to see how that's lifting up, and then we'll just press right down in the middle. And that will kind of just pull right up. Now, if some of it's not pulling up quite as much as you like, you can also take your fingers and just kind of curl that flower up and lay it aside to dry. Once that's dry, it will be very stiff. So right now, what I would do is I would group this flower together and just lay that aside to dry. To achieve this look, we used the flower and stamped it in a rose coral. I sponged lightly around the edges, and then I also sponged the back to get some color in there. So to start this out, I have this tip. We call this our curling tip. And I'll bring this and I'll catch the tip of the flower. Now I did cut apart every one of the petals, so just grab the tip and just curl that in, pull it out, and you'll do that again. The trickiest part is probably just making that tip catches your flower petal. And you'll do that all the way around, and you can kind of do a random pattern. Some I'll just curl in a little bit further than others, and that will give it a little bit more of a variation versus just a standard pattern. So that's the last petal on this flower, and then you'll see how this smaller flower will nestle right in there, and then you could add this larger flower to the back after you would have shaped it. Then I just added some fun frills into the flower center. So that's a great variation for this flower style as well. This is the vintage morning background. This one is more vintagey. That's what was used to create this flower. We also have the Majestic Morning flowers. These have more of a straight line. These are great for all the coloring. This is also a separate stamp image. Then we have, this is a background, so you have a lot of different main images that you can add the flowers to on the top of. Here is the time background. It's called the Majestic Collage. And then we have the Majestic Morning Bouquet stamp set. This is this image colored with the Copic markers, so you can add those flowers on top of those main images very quickly and easily. And here is something that's very clean and simple. I love the color palette, and that was done with the Majestic Morning accents. You're getting a sneak peek of our February die. They're not released yet, but this gives you a good look at what's coming up. This is the Majestic Morning paper collection. It has very bright greens, corals, and pinks. So this is the cover that you'll see. There's 24 double-sided papers, 2 sheets of each design. And then on the inside, you'll have, it starts out with some card fronts. The first sheet we used to create the card kit that you'll be receiving this month. Here's the first 2 cards in this card kit we're releasing. These are limited edition and only available for a month or while supplies last. Here are 2 more cards that are made with these card fronts, and they will be in your card kits. Make sure you grab yours early because last month we sold out within 2 weeks of our card kits. So you'll be getting the 5th one in this kit as well. So this is how the card panels will look. And then we have the back sides that are more neutral. So if you're not into card making, you could also use these for your photos and scrapbook layouts. But I absolutely love the color palette. Very bright, cheery. It will bring a smile to anybody's face. And we have the oval, some fun card fronts on this, and then you have the plaid background. These are some empty card front panels, or you could use them for photos on your layouts. Neutral background. These are some smaller 4x6 or A2 card size, or for smaller photos. Then you have the neutral background on this. This one you could cut out into 6x6 squares, or you could use them for layering on your layouts. The back is more like a border with a continuous border around the page. This is a pre-done scrapbook layout, so you could put a big photo on this side and then 2 smaller ones on the other side. You get 2 sheets of these, so you can make a double page spread. Then we finish it off with some 6x6 panels, neutral pattern on the back. So you'll have so much fun creating bright and cheery cards that will brighten anybody's day. This is a fresh green. And then we finish it off with the tags. There's some birthday, special day memories, and then we have a neutral background that finishes this one off as well. You can use these flower shaping techniques with your Majestic Morning Floral Collection. You can go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. This one will get you a notification when we do part 2 of this video. If you need more information on inspiration and ideas, you can visit our website at heartfeltcreations.us. Visit the gallery. We have card galleries and all sorts of fun ideas that you can use in your craft room. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.